So what is the eligibility criteria for the Google Apprenticeship program, which is live now?
If I'm applying for data analytics role, I require a basic knowledge of analytics. So it's a paid learning program where you would be learning the concepts through the projects. In the new resume, if you see, I got into a mindset. I think you told me, right? Like they'll look it for just 6 seconds.
I think a lot of because they had this mindset that anyway I'll be rejected, so why to apply?
A lot of people from my previous company didn't apply just because it's Google.
Hey everyone, welcome to Anubhav in Tech. Today again we are sitting with Sudan. We had a video together on Google Apprenticeship program, and as we all know, Google Apprenticeship program is again live, and the deadline is 3rd August. We'll be talking on it and some of the follow-up questions, some FAQs from our previous video. We'll be going through it, and also we'll be going through the older version of his resume and what changes he made in it, which got selected for Google. So over to you, Sudan.
Hey all. Thank you again, Anubhav, for inviting me to the session. We can go ahead.
Perfect. So what is the eligibility criteria for the Google Apprenticeship program, which is live now?
So first, I would give a small brief about the apprenticeship program. So it's a paid learning program where you would be learning the concepts through the projects. So here you would be working under a direct Google team where you would be doing a Google projects. Through that, you would be learning the concepts which are required based on the stream which you have chosen for.
Okay.
So here there are 4 streams. First would be the software application development, which would be for 1 year. The other streams, digital marketing, data analytics, and the project management. These 3 programs has 24 months program.
Okay.
So in these 24 months, they'll teach you whatever the concepts which are required to be an analyst or a project manager or a digital marketer.
Okay.
And through the projects, you get real world exposure. And at the end of 2 years, you'll be getting certification from Government of India as well as Google. So these combination would help any candidate who wants to get into any field.
Okay. Perfect.
And when it comes to the eligibility criteria, there is no much eligibility criteria here. Here you need a bachelor's degree first.
Okay.
First a bachelor's degree, and you need to be eligible to work in India.
Okay.
So these are the 2 qualifications. And based on the streams, we can say there might be certain qualification which might be required, a basic knowledge of that particular stream which you're applying to.
Okay. Perfect. So is there any minimum year of experience that you need to hold before applying?
No, in the case of apprenticeship, if you see, there is no minimum requirement of experience which is required.
So even freshers can apply?
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
So if I tell you about my particular batch, I have a friend who just graduated. I have a friend who has a career gap of 2 to 3 years,
Okay.
who don't have any work experience. And I have friends who has a work experience and due to certain reasons they got career gap. And this particular program, which we would say is suitable for the candidates who's looking for a new career or
Okay.
who's looking for a career transition aspect.
That's good. And as per the application, we can see 4 roles are open now, which is software application developer, data analytics, product development, and one more is digital business marketing. So these are the 4 roles. You'll get the link in the description to apply.
Yes.
Okay, coming to the next question. I think you already answered if someone has a career gap, they can apply, right?
Yes, they can apply.
Okay.
So having a career gap would not lead to an automatic rejection. However, recruiters will look for certain things like in the career gap, whether you have done something. So I've seen people during their career gap, they were doing some certification. They've learned relevant skills which might be required for this job, though they don't have a relevant work experience. So in this case, these candidates will be considered.
Okay. And also there's no requirement for prior experience.
Yes.
Even a fresher can apply. Thanks for putting that. And what is the selection process and what kind of interview questions one can expect or can be asked? Is like would be similar to a full-time job? You don't need to necessarily talk about what kind of question, but would be the like same kind of difficulty?
So I can give a brief about it. So let's say if I'm applying for data analytics role, I require a basic knowledge of analytics, but it doesn't mean that I need to have a knowledge like a full-time candidate. Let's say if a full-time candidate would be requiring certain knowledge like SQL, Python, statistics, and so on. Similarly, in case of project management, certain project management certifications are required, or in case of digital marketing, the same. However, in this apprenticeship, they require a basic knowledge. So in my case, they were expecting a knowledge of SQL in the interview.
Okay.
And when it comes to the project management, the basic skills, the basic problem solving and business analysis skills is required for any stream.
Okay.
However, in the software development stream, there might be one round of technical interview, which is much easier than what we expect in a full-time role.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. And what are some skills that one should learn before applying? Is there any specific set of skills that you would recommend someone for uh, analytics product, or maybe for software? I can speak about, but
So first, I would say have a basic understanding of the stream which you're applying to. Don't just blindly get into like I want to go do a project management or I want to do a digital marketing. It's not like that. So what I would say is have a basic understanding of it. Like there are various YouTube courses as well. You can just do the YouTube first. And when it comes to the interview, every company right now or every product company in India or in the world requires certain kind of skills that a candidate looks everything as a business opportunity. So you need to have that business mindset. And whenever a problem is presented to you, whenever if I give you a business problem, you have to break it into part and you have to solve it like a business problem.
okay.
Here you're not going to explain me with a deep technical mindset. Rather, you're going to explain how being a problem solver, you will solve this problem. This is the basic skill which is required in almost all the interviews, not only this apprenticeship, I would say.
I think they would also expect you to know a little or good knowledge of AI, how to leverage AI in your day-to-day work.
Yes, I would say AI is required in any stream. So mostly there is a misconception that AI is required only in the data analytics or only in the software development. But what I have seen is AI knowledge is required in project management and digital marketing also. So any candidate who's looking for any apprenticeship, I would suggest have a basic knowledge of AI, how to leverage AI into your work. So one example I would say, right now this is the era of agentic AI, right? Agentic AI is being used now. Even the people who don't work normally for doing basic projects, they started leveraging agents. So you can do such things which is basic as well as you need to know how to leverage AI in your work. That might increase the efficiency and effectiveness of your work.
I would plus on that. Also, this is a question that I also had. Is there an opportunity for apprenticeship to get a full-time job at Google?
Yeah, this is the question which I received from almost 20 people in my DM.
And I think your apprenticeship program is like 24 months
Yes.
duration, like almost a 2-year program. So let's say if someone gives 100% of their hard work, and will be there an opportunity to get a full-time job?
Yeah, I think I need to address this clearly here since we receive a lot of such requests. So first thing is apprenticeship is not a full-time opportunity. It is a full-time job. However, it doesn't give you a full-time role post-completion. There is no automatic conversion. I would like to reiterate that there is no automatic conversion.
Okay.
Here it's like after completing your apprenticeship in last 3 months, you can apply for any role within Google. If
Okay.
you want to apply for, you can apply for any role within Google, but you have to go through the same interview process. Sometimes it might be more complex than your apprenticeship process. It's like a full-time interview. You would be considered similar or same at par with the external candidate only.
Makes sense.
You have to apply and go through all the rounds. However, being in Google for 2 years would give you an understanding about Google and their teams, right? You can leverage that knowledge in your interview and do that. And if you're performing really well in the interview or really well in this 2 years of apprenticeship,
You might be
get
noticed by some managers.
obviously. So let's say if I am working on a particular project or particular product, let's say if there is no role in my team, there is no role in my team, there is no opening, I couldn't apply for the team. Or if I have done my work really well, there would be some managers or there would be some team which might have an opening and I have an edge on it because I already know how the team works on it.
Makes sense. That's good. And another very frequently asked question was, if someone has a non-tech degree, obviously no B.Tech degree,
Like me.
and like you, do they hold an opportunity to get selected, at
Yes.
least for interviews?
Yes, they hold opportunity to get selected, but as we said in the earlier video, it's about how you do your task. So, in my example, I can say, so No one would relate sales and support role into a data analytics role, right? But there are certain analytical things which I've done in my previous job. But if someone who is new to this domain, like who has just completed B Farm, who has just completed BA or BBA, what I would suggest is learn the concepts, learn the skills which are required, then give an interview. That would give you an edge. There is nothing automatic, there is nothing called automatic rejection just because you are from this particular domain.
I think we should stop assuming and start applying and start practicing.
Yes.
Assumption kills our opportunity anyway.
Okay. A lot of people didn't apply last year. A lot of my friends.
I think a lot of because they had this mindset that anyway I'll be rejected, so why to apply?
True. I mean, a lot of people from my previous company didn't apply just because it's Google. It's a big company.
Yeah, I know.
So I would really recommend everyone to go ahead and apply, give a try.
Perfect. So one last part of this video. What kind of changes you made in your resume and what kind of changes one should look at, like overall in general, so that they land or they get, they get more views by HRs, or maybe some sort of changes that you think that one should always look at in your resume. Maybe we can go through your old resume and see.
Yeah. I think the one which I submitted you, right?
Yeah.
In the session. Yeah. So the very first thing I would say is about the overall structure of the resume.
Okay.
My structure was somewhat okay, but one thing which I missed was I assumed that my resume would be read by the recruiter for 5 to 10 minutes. This was the knowledge I had. So I didn't highlight anything. I didn't measure the impact. And one major mistake which I did in my resume was I didn't tell what impact my job has created. So in my experience at Amazon, I've done certain process improvements where I actually received certain quantifiable impacts which I didn't add it in my resume. So what
as you can see on the screen as well, we have his resume, his old resume before applying to Google. He has a professional summary experience where he has listed Amazon and Telepath.
Yes.
Very brief. I would say just 2 to 3 points and nothing is bold. I can't literally get anything what he was working on. Very generic answers for his experience and education and skills.
One more thing which I would like to highlight here is what I assumed was, so I had the concept in my mind. So let's say if my recruiter, so I mentioned one process improvement point. So I assume that my recruiter will ask me that question. I will explain it to her that this is the impact. This was a blunder which I did earlier, that the recruiter will ask me, I will answer the question. No, you need to mention everything which is required. You need to mention all the impacts. In fact, Amazon gave me an official impact score for the process improvement I have done, which I didn't add it here.
Yeah, as I can see, in Amazon Seller Support Associate, you have written delivered technical operation support for global Amazon sellers, ensuring seamless use of Amazon Cloud Seller Platform. What was delivered and what was the impact? No numbers, nothing got highlighted.
Yes.
So it's just that you did something and that helped someone, but what was the impact? No, nothing is written. As I can say, you can see his new resume, and like after applying in our previous video, you can check out the. We are only discussing the old one.
Yeah, in the new resume, if you see, I got into a mindset. I think you told me, right? Like they'll look it for just 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So considering that, I highlighted the numbers, I added up the numbers, and I added certain keywords in bold. And I've also mentioned every point in a quantifiable manner, and I've also mentioned like what I've done and what it has created. That is very important. I think that is the one. So currently I'm receiving like a lot of requests from my friends also. One common thing which I see in almost all the resumes is that it misses numbers and impact. That should be highlighted here.
What do you think about skills? A lot of companies, they are using ATS. No one is looking at their resume. They're just looking for some of the keywords. And specifically applying for a specific role, you should add those keywords which gives you high ATS for that particular role.
Yes. So here, when it comes to the apprenticeship job description, there is no detailed description about it. So generally, when it comes to analytics, they mention SQL, certain problem solving skills. So considering the apprenticeship, tuning up the resume would be much easier, I would say, because there are only few keywords. And at the same time, if you don't have those few keywords, then there is a chance that you might get rejected because the keywords are only less. SQL, problem solving, and when it comes to project management, like basic project management skill, like even certain resumes, they don't even mention that they would be working on a cross-functional team. However, they don't mention it as a point. So it's about like being honest about what you have done and also being detailed about what you have done so far. And check the description. And I would request all the candidates to read the description clearly once, at least once or twice, from the top to bottom. They have to read
Description of the job role?
yes.
Okay.
And it is in the official careers page only. Don't like directly go to the careers page, read from top to bottom. Don't simply click on apply and go ahead. Wait for a minute, apply, wait for a minute before applying, go ahead, read out all the points, and you might be missing certain key points which is mentioned in the description, but however, you would have already done it, right?
Makes sense. So that was all about this session where we talked about, let me summarize, we talked about that applications for Google Apprenticeship 2027 is live. Last date is 3rd August.
Yes.
Just we have 2 weeks from now. Hurry up, buckle up. And then we have 4 job roles opening for apprenticeship: software development, digital marketing,
Data analytics
data
and project
analytics, and project management. And then we talked about some of the FAQs from our previous video and some of the very important resume optimization tips from Sudan. So thank you so much, Susan, for taking your time.
Thank you
And
so much, Anubhav.
Keep
for the opportunity.
inspiring others. You can always connect to him on LinkedIn and have a chit chat with him. He'll definitely help you success in your apprenticeship applications.
Sure. I might not help you about with exact interview questions, but I can help you with like how one can prepare for the interview. I think that's what we are doing, right? Not with like googly specific interview, but generic communication, how you can present yourself in the
Yeah.
interview.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
See you all.